Hello everyone, this is me at the dolphin show. It's a small thing here in my hometown where they have these dolphins doing like jumps and other cool stuff, and I just got this lens, the Tamron 17-70 f2.8 III-A VC RXD, which is a pretty long, complicated, needlessly complicated name for a lens. Like Tamron should really like invest more money into naming their products, if that is even is a thing. I mean, I know it's a thing, but they could just hire me. I would do a better job than they have. So anyway, I was debating whether I was going to get the 16-55 f2.8 Fuji lens or this lens. Now, the Fuji lens does have much better image quality, and it has an aperture ring, and it looks a bit cooler. Yeah, if you're into like looks alone and image quality, you should probably get that lens. But this one is so much more versatile. I mean, yeah, it's 17, it's not quite as wide. I don't really shoot like wide stuff. I'm more of that guy that like focuses in on the details and stuff like that. And this has a further reach, 70mm, which is much more than the 55 on the Fuji. It's stabilized, which is like great. And yeah, it's cheaper. I got it on Black Friday for like a price that it was cheaper than a second-hand used 16-55 from Fuji, so that was quite a bargain, and I'm really pleased with it. The first one that I received had some sort of like a defect or some sort of dust inside the lens behind the front element, so I ended up like sending it back for a replacement. They were really fast on sending me another lens back, and this one just is pretty much perfect. So yeah, it's really good at like zooming. Like the zoom ring is stiff, but it doesn't have any sticking points, which is good like for doing video work. I mean, you're going to have to like develop those wrist muscles a little bit, because as I said, the zoom ring is a bit stiff. Maybe it will loosen up in time, but I mean, it's good for doing those zoom ins and zoom outs, but it's going to require a bit of effort on your part, but they look great. What else? It's f2.8, which is pretty nice. It's got a 70mm reach, which is good for this like occasion that you're seeing right here. Stabilized too. I said it before. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. And I guess you could also compare it to the Fuji 16-80 f4, which I also have, but that one is an f4. And in this situation right here, I was shooting like ISO 6400 with a shutter speed of 1/1000 in order to freeze the action. So yeah, I guess with the 16-80 I would have had to use like an ISO 12800, which is a lot really, even with the 6400, because of the fact that I still had to crop in on some shots in order to like remove like kind of distracting elements in the background. My positioning wasn't the best. I could have like chose a better position, but for some reason I was kind of in a hurry. I was with my wife and child, so we picked a spot and I essentially stood there. So yeah, it's not parafocal. I did like a small video in this area. Maybe I'll show it to you. So essentially, whenever you zoom in or zoom out, the lens will have to refocus. If you do it really slow, you cannot tell, but if you do it like fast zoom ins, fast zoom outs, then it's definitely noticeable. Other than that, it's a pretty cool lens. Not the sharpest in the world, it's sharper than the 16 to 80 f4, but that lens isn't necessarily sharp, so well, either way it's an upgrade. I'll try to link some of the photos that I have taken, the best ones of course, and I guess you can decide through the YouTube algorithm if it's what you're looking for. If you really want to see like a comprehensive review of this lens, you should like Google like Christopher Frost's review of this lens. It tells you pretty much everything you need to know. That guy does some amazing reviews, so definitely if you're interested in this lens, definitely make sure you see his review, his video. Well, I guess that's pretty much everything I had to say. Maybe I can talk about the construction a little bit. Yeah, it's plasticky, it feels a bit cheap if you compare it to other Fuji lenses. Of course it's not going to look as nice, but hey, we're talking about the functionality here, so I guess if you're that practical person that just wants the results, doesn't care how the lens feels, this is the lens for you. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you watching the whole rest of this event, link some of the pictures that I have taken, and that's that. See you guys another time.